Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We are just moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, we are at the confluence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Now, that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
They'll set up to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
He finds his running back, Mixon. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. C.J. Uzomah, his second touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. So here are the Steelers under longtime head coach Mike Tomlin. Leading them out is the former first-rounder from all the way back in 2004 from Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. That's complete to his running back Connor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. On first and 10 is Connor. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
So second and 10 at the Bengals 18-yard line.
On second down, Connor looking for space. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop. On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. Again, it'll be Connor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Boswell signed to a 4-year season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The first quarter of the NFL season in the books after tonight, but Week 5 right around the corner. And it all starts Thursday night with a good one from Seattle. The Rams and the Seahawks in the NFC West kick off 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 out on the West Coast from CenturyLink Field. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Back to throw. Green brings it in. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 45 yards. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down. To the 5-yard completion on first down.
64, wait. Now, go out. Flipper. Hey, lock it.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second and goal, 1 man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. 2nd and 5. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Nick Vigil, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
They go play action here on 1st down. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 23 yards on the play.
Gators.
First down, Cincinnati.
Loaded. Rock it. Go. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got Green. And now running right through it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
General West. Kill. Yep. 55. Check. Kill. Smoke. Lock it.
They'll give it to Mixon. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bullock's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. Matt Ryan leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Todd Gurley, a dynamite performance, over 200 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. Again, a run with Connor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. It's a loss of 2, now third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, you know, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know, it's funny. They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. A run with Connor on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. He'll get this one to Switzer. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Samuels. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger able to hit his tight end, Grimble. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Bryant. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. Black 80. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of Black 80.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Let's make these babies cry.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
How about that? It helped him. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe back down. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He's got his man here. It's Green. And now look at him go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his second touchdown of the night. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. When A.J. Green's on the field, something exciting usually happens, and that was certainly exciting.
Superior route runner, superior hands, superior body control, but I love the way he reacts to the football in the air. Finds it, locates it, and goes and gets it before the defensive backs can react.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
52's the mic right here. 52's the mic.
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Taken in at the 22. Bernard shows the agility. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
All right, now, black 20. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Black is on.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Roethlisberger, looking middle, and it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
White 80.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. And it's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
Here we go. White 80.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. To Connor on the check down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Reaches the 43. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards on the ground. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck.
There goes Green. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. They go draw play. This is Samuels. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.